For most of my life, I thought the brain just aged. Like creaky knees or gray hair. You get older, you forget things, end of story. But after diving into study after study, reading research from places like UCLA, Harvard, Johns Hopkins, and more, I realized something shocking. It's not just age that shapes our brains. It's our habits. The little things we do every single day, things we don't even think about, can actually rewire, shrink, or sharpen our memory. And when I first read that, I thought, wait a second, Paul, are you telling me your recliner, your donuts, your late-night TV binges might be quietly carving away at your brain? And the answer was yes. Science-backed, proven, tested by researchers across the world. And once I knew, I couldn't unknow. Take sitting, for example. I used to joke that my recliner was my throne. Remote in hand, coffee by my side, life was good. But UCLA scientists discovered that older adults who sit for long hours actually show thinning in the very part of the brain responsible for memory. My recliner wasn't just holding me up, it was thinning my memory bank. Now, does that mean chairs are evil? Of course not. Sitting gives us rest, comfort, a place to knit, read, or chat. But too much? And suddenly your brain is starving for oxygen and energy. Science showed me that. It blew my mind. And sugar. My sweet tooth almost cried when I learned this one. The Framingham Heart Study found that people who downed sugary drinks every day had smaller brain volume and weaker memory. Smaller brains. And UCLA researchers showed sugar messes up the connections between brain cells, like static on a phone line. But here's the twist. Sugar also sparks joy. It lights up dopamine, makes family pies unforgettable, and turns birthdays into celebrations. That's why I love the science, because it doesn't say ban sugar. It says, notice what it's doing. Then there's sleep. I once bragged about surviving on 4 hours a night. Thought it made me a tough guy. Until Johns Hopkins and the NIH taught me the truth. Sleep isn't laziness, it's brain cleaning. At night, your brain flushes out toxins, organizes memories, and resets your circuits. Skip it, and you're leaving yesterday's trash sitting in your brain. No wonder I couldn't find my glasses half the time. And yet, sometimes staying up late with a grandkid, or laughing with a friend on the phone until midnight, feels worth every yawn the next morning. That's the beautiful conflict. Sleep matters, but so do moments of joy. Stress? I used to carry it like a badge of honor. Pressure makes diamonds, I told myself. Until I learned about cortisol, the stress hormone. The University of California, Berkeley showed how chronic stress shrinks dendrites in your memory center. In plain English, stress prunes your brain like a bad gardener. But then again, in the right moment, stress sharpens us. Helps us slam the brakes on black ice. Helps us remember a toast when it counts. It's not the enemy, it's the dosage. And loneliness. This one hit hardest. I thought peace and quiet were harmless. Until Harvard's 80-year study revealed the biggest predictor of a healthy brain and long life wasn't diet, money, or even exercise. It was relationships. And Brigham Young University found that isolation raises death risk as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. 15. And yet, the University of Michigan also proved that just 10 minutes of daily conversation, 10 minutes, improves memory. That made me rethink every quiet evening I let slip by. So here's where all my studying has left me, with a choice, with awareness. These habits, sitting too long, too much sugar, too little sleep, chronic stress, too much loneliness, they each have good sides and downsides. Comfort, joy, laughter, rest, and also danger if left unchecked. The science is clear, the stories are real, but the decisions? They're ours. No doctor barking orders. No lecture. Just options backed by research. And here's the hook, my friends. What if one small step, one tiny change, could be love for your future self? What if standing during a commercial, swapping one soda for water, calling a friend for 10 minutes, or letting yourself rest could keep your brain alive, alert, and ready to tell stories for years to come. That's not just hopeful thinking. That's science. So if you've ever wondered what your daily choices are quietly doing to your brain, come with me. I've lived it, I've studied it, and now I'm sharing it. This is science-backed, research-rooted, filled with true stories, laughter, and lessons. And trust me, you'll never look at your recliner, your donut, your pillow, or even your phone call the same way again.